working. And for me, when I first started using this, I felt a difference right away, and that's because I was sleeping. Because before I was using this in my home, I could not sleep because the Wi-Fi was definitely affecting my sleep and the way I felt. So I immediately felt more clear-headed, and I started sleeping through the night. So that's one way you can tell if it's working, is just by how you feel. But if you, like me, also like to have tangible scientific evidence, I would recommend getting an EMF reader. This is a very simple EMF reader that you can get online and just start testing it. Start testing the EMF in your home with or without the Orgone energy placed around, and see how that goes for you. One of my customers had an EMF specialist come into their home, and with my pyramid in the room, they had a 3/4 less EMF reading with my pyramid in the room. So you can do experiments like that. You can use a pendulum, like here's a pyramid, and take a pendulum and just hold it over. That's one way. And people use dowsing rods as well. And I read that Wilhelm Reich, when he was working with Orgone energy back in the day, he would use a modified Geiger counter. So these are ways you can test your Orgone energy generators. If you have, for example, a charging plate like I sell in my Etsy shop, and a simple experiment that anyone can do is you can take a charging plate, place like a plastic water bottle with a high mineral content on top, and put it in the freezer, and you can see the energy funneling up. So those are ways that any of us can test it. And then people with more testing capabilities have done other tests on scalar energy. Orgone energy is a type of scalar energy, and that's made by the Casimir effect created when you cast the metal shavings in the resin. And that is what generates the negative ionizing scalar energy waves. And negative ions have so many health benefits. And Dr. Glenn Ryan has done experiments on scalar energy that show it's beneficial to the cells, get the cells moving. People have done experiments where the Orgone energy is next to blood, and it shows it makes the blood healthier. So people have done various experiments, just not all of us have those scientific lab capabilities. And of course, if there's not money to be made, then the people with the money to fund major scientific experiments aren't going to be putting money into that, because people like me can make this at home and sell it on Etsy. So there you go. But I have some interesting information on my blog. You can check it out at kellyburnhealing.com. I also read a book with a lot of information about various forms of energy healing, as well as Orgone energy, called Synergy, A Modern Healer's Guide to Complete Bioenergy Wellness. You can link it all on my site.